Welcome. For this video, I'm going to continue looking at sort of a semi-generative sort of approach to using Ableton. So the idea is basically to have a single part generated on one channel. That's this first channel over here to the left, and then distributing that to another 3 channels that we have here. Each of those 3 channels have different instruments on them, different devices, and therefore they all react differently, hence the title of this project. If you want to download this project, then the link is in the description below. So let's just have a look at each of these channels here. First thing is, I have a number of MIDI clips, and these MIDI clips are not exactly the most exciting that you'll find. It's a single sort of note that's held for the duration of a bar and 3 different pitches. So here the idea is to see the effect of different pitches on the other 3 channels. This long note then is passed to an arpeggiator, and that arpeggiator is set to 1/8 notes. It's got quite a long gate, and then that's kind of the generation part, as it were. This is the bit that just kind of creates the notes, the data that goes out to the other channels. On the 3 channels, they're all set to receive their MIDI from this first channel. So you can see here in the drop down, it gives you a number of options, and here the options basically take it from main hub, which is the first channel. So each of these 3 channels are set to receive the same MIDI data, but each one, because of their instrument devices and because of the other MIDI processing devices that they might have, and LFOs and so on, they will all react differently. That's the idea. So same input, different outputs. That's one way of describing it. Let's listen to all 3 channels. Okay, I'm going to solo them. So the first channel is the bass. So let's have a look at the bass. We've got an arpeggiator moving in half notes, quite a long gate. Let's listen to the shorter gate. The longer gate's quite good. So we have a random device. So 100% of the time, it's generating MIDI events based on what's coming through from the half notes, from the arpeggiator. And then here, the scale quantizer hasn't been, or the scale device hasn't been set to a particular sort of scale pattern, as it were. Instead, I'm looking for particular notes to come through, and as they come through from the random, they are forced or quantized towards particular pitches that sort of generates the idea. Then we have this guitar plucker. Again, I sort of tried with the pitch here is to raise or drop the guitar part. You know, you might want to throw that one in. The arpeggiator this time is running on 1/8 notes. What you can see here with the chance parameter on the random device is it's actually set at 60%. So rather than generating lots of notes, it always sort of returns, at least 40% of the time, ideally, it's going to return back to the original note, which is C. And then from the scale quantizer, it goes on to the modeled exciter, sort of guitar plucker, which is quite a large device in terms of the sheer number of effects on it, very much like a guitarist would have. And then the last one is this Train Dream Plucks. So we have an arpeggiator, again, running in 1/8 notes, randomizer set to 100%. I've got the LFO tool just sort of moderately changing the choices parameter. And then it's difficult to read the legend, I'm afraid, in this light. Then we have a chord tool. So here the chord tool is adding a 5th and a 2nd a major second. And then we have the scale tool again, which is being angled towards particular pitches. And then we have the Train Dream Plucks, which is quite a large, quite an involved device in terms of number of parameters and devices within it. And then finally some EQ. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next MIDI clip now. So the next MIDI clip is F. So we should hear some change. So you can hear that on F, the bass part actually plays something a little bit more different than when it was on C. Back to C. And then I have one that's F sharp, but I've labeled it G flat. Small changes. And this is kind of what this process is about. You're really sort of trying to generate variations, not necessarily extreme variations, but variations nonetheless that might well just be in small details. Okay, I hope you've liked this video. If you have liked it and you do like it, then please remember to like and subscribe. The project file is available in the link below, so you can download it and try it out for yourself. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll respond to them. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.